Hi you guys, welcome to another video. Happy holiday, season's greetings, whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate. I hope you have fun, I hope you have things planned, and I hope more importantly you have some self-care factored in. 2 Christmases ago I made a video about self-care during this time of year. You know, you see a lot of effort put in these beautiful yards, these trees, holiday parties, and what I don't want to hear is y'all slaving away and it's all on your back, it's all on your shoulders. Get some help, hire some people. These things should have already been done, but if you're like me, you were a little late. All my festivities were delayed just because of everything that I had going on, so we didn't get our tree till a couple days ago. So you could still be putting up lights. My point is that you need to hire somebody. I've seen the little signs along the side of the road. We hang lights. Do what you got to do. So it's not all on you. Get these kids to help you, etc., etc., etc. Today's video, on my way to pick up the girls from school, let me turn this air down so y'all can hear me, is about there is more where that came from. There is more where that came from. What do I mean by that? You know, you have to look at what you have in your life from a gratitude perspective. I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, I've come so far. And then say, okay, and because I got all that, I can get more. There is no lack in this world. Everything that you want has been created and thought of, and it's out here floating around. You can see it, you can touch it, you can go and witness. It's not like you're in some sci-fi, you know, dream and you're just thinking of things that nobody knows what you're talking about, and these things haven't been done before. You're not the first one to want to be successful. You're not the first one to want to have peace and security and success and stability and wealth and all the things that bring us joy in this life. And you know, it's no shame. However you get it, that's what you're doing. Go do what you need to do, and just continue to remind yourself every day, even the days where, you know, I talked about this before, it's a regular schmegular day. Like today, I got up and my uncle was making my favorite dish, whoever's rancheros, and we sat in the kitchen and we chit-chat for almost an hour. I drank my coffee, we looked out the window and watched the squirrels, and my day started real slow. Okay, I am thankful for the peace and the abundance, and I was thankful for breakfast. I enjoyed my cup of coffee, and I proceeded to make my phone calls and do what I needed to do. That is success. That is a productive day. That is spending time with loved ones, connecting and relaxing and whatever. You can go on and on and on. Insert what you need to insert, and know that even things that may seem like, oh, it's in the past, blah, 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 all is not lost. I don't feel robbed of my life with my ex. I've talked a lot about the places we used to go, the things we used to do. Those places still exist, and those things can still be done and experienced and enjoyed, and they ain't going nowhere. So it's not like, oh, you know, I can't have the same life that I had before. Oh, yes, I can. And then some. There's more where that came from. And if you start or continue to allow people to make you feel like without them you are restricted, there isn't enough, there's lack, whatever, that's when things start getting complicated. Because then you start, really what you're saying is you're questioning the source in which all things come. I'm not questioning the source. I know damn well that my mother, father, God, that is how I refer to my God, that ain't no man gonna break me and take anything away from me. You see what I'm saying? Not his resources, okay? Not his attention, not his affection, not his intentions, not his whatever, okay? Intentions and attention. I don't want to clarify that. You know, yes, it's great to date smart, date to benefit, and be building your life with someone. And it's okay if you're not, because you're still building regardless, okay? We're not sitting around here like, oh, I can't have a home, I can't travel, I can't enjoy beautiful things and date myself because I don't have a significant other. I can't enjoy the holidays, and I can't go to holiday parties alone, and oh no, my ring is gone, and all these things. No. We've got to think higher. We've got to think vaster. We've got to think deeper. We've got to think, I just saw the crazy stand. We've got to think bigger than beyond one person holding us back. So it's not just about exes. I really don't want to keep the focus on it, but more often than not, that can be a lot of people's pain points. You know what I mean? Maybe it's your income, maybe it's whatever the barrier is that you feel like at this moment in time is standing in between. Okay, you're just gonna run up on me. Whatever you feel like is the barrier between your life now and the previous life or a previous experience, these things aren't gone. Now, let's use New York, for example. If New York disappeared on the map tomorrow, I'd be like, oh, well, okay. Guess I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Guess I'm not going to New York this year. For whatever reason, New York is not an option right now. That's very different. I know that New York is still there. I know New York is still as magical and wonderful and as cold as it was last year. I can get there when I'm going to get there. I will enjoy it when I can enjoy it. And life goes on. So I'm not putting myself in a box, and I'm not putting myself in a place where I think that, you know, everything had to come from that one place. No, Life is too big, and there's too many options. It's too many, and you know, nature doesn't work like that. When you think about how plants absorb water, okay, it could rain, it could mist, the water can come from the ground, the water can come from all these different sources, and that plant is not sweating it. That plant can retrieve water to sustain itself. You know, there's so many options. And even the word talks about, you know, nature and the animals, and none of these things are out here, you know, in a tizzy, panicked, stressed out, high anxiety and depressed, wondering where their next meal is going to come from, where their source is going to come from, where whatever they need is going to come from. You got to think like that sometimes. You got to really boil it down and be like, did I eat today? If I didn't, there are still options. There are shelters. There are food pantries. You can go to someone and say, I am hungry. Someone's going to share with you. If you that low and down and out, there is food everywhere. There's no lack of food. It's your perspective. No lack of money. The money is being transferred through the air. Now it's just frequency at this point. You use your banking app. You can send the money $1,000 plus from one app to the other. I do it all the time. I Zelle myself. You know, between institutions, wiring money, all of these things. It's amazing that we trust that. We trust that the money's going to be in our account. We trust that when we hit submit payment, whatever service or good that we ordered is going to come to us, or our plane ticket's going to be there when we get to the airport. All these simple examples of like trust. It's there. There's more where that came from, and that is my energy, and that is gonna continue to be my vibe, because obviously I'm house hunting, not for an investment property, but for my own primary residence. No biggie. You know, looking looking back, it's like, wow, I guess it was better that I didn't buy an investment property when I did, because I mean, I would be trying to figure out how to move tenants out to live there, to float there for a little while, to move back to Maryland. It just would have been a whole mess. And then obviously with buying power and having the funds allocated for a second property or trying to sell quick, it just would have been this whole thing. So everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for your greater good, whether you realize it or not, whether it feels good in the moment or not. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't even understand all the inner workings and all the things in the background that are working for you that don't feel so good, don't look so good, you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to be inconvenienced. God knows the more I learn about patterns, people, psychology, behavior, history, patterns, and I say patterns, you know, I could have been dodging a larger bullet with my ex-fiance. Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll never know. But I'd like to think that by moving on with my life, there's more where that came from. He's not the last man on earth. I'm very attractive and I'm very confident, and people be in my face all the time. Now, whether I choose to date, what are we doing here? Whether I choose to date seriously immediately or take my time and just have fun, I have options. There are more options. There's more men where they come from. You know what I mean? So you can use this example on and on and on and on to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel more confident and optimistic and all the things. And that, I'm telling y'all, even if you don't see it, even if you don't feel it, you really have to sometimes fake it till you make it, until you believe it, until it becomes true. Okay? Think of, you know, look at yourself as like, okay, let's say someone, I always knew I was going to be successful. I always knew I was going to play this sport or play this instrument or be this entertainment. They had to start with that thought first and that belief in themselves first, before anyone knew their name, before they had any record sales, before they had anything to make them like, oh, who is this guy? Who is this girl? What are they singing? What's their song? I've never heard of them. Until you know them. Until you've heard of them. You're like, oh, yeah, they're really big. They started out this small little this, that, and the other. They started out on this small team or at this local level, whatever. There's so many different success stories. However you pull your inspiration, whether from nature or, you know, whatever, overnight success stories, again, you know, read, tell yourself what you need to hear, you know, and boost yourself until things start shaping up and turning out the way that you want it. And also to believe and trust that time is on your side. You're never behind. You're never late. You're always learning the lessons that you need to learn at this particular time. You're always experiencing what you have either created or attracted, and that's okay too, whether good or bad. Turn everything to benefit you and know that you have that power. Nothing can happen to you, okay? We've got this, you've got this, and until the next one, as always, peace, bye.